So the next type of wage is an overtime payment. So this is any hours that are worked over your standard working hour week, which is usually 39 hours. And the rate of pay that you get for those extra hours, they'll usually be double time or time and a half, or you can get triple time. So if we have a look at this question down here for overtime payment. So what is overtime payment? So this is when employees work longer than the standard working week of 39 hours. They'll also receive a higher rate of pay. So if you receive, say, 20 euros per hour, that's for your standard hours per hour. So 20 euro for every hour you work in your 39 hours, you're going to be paid 20 euros. Every hour you work overtime, you could be paid double time. So instead of being paid 20, you'll be paid 40. So if you look at this sample here, for example, calculate the gross pay from Mary if she works a 39-hour week and is paid 18 euro per hour. This week she worked an additional 4 hours and was paid double time. So two things we have to do here. Number one, we have to find out how much she's earned for her standard working week of 39 hours. And the second thing then is to find out how much she's going to be paid for these 4 hours, which is at double time. So double time is where we take the 18 euros per hour and we're going to double it and we're going to get 36. So for these 4 hours, it's going to be 36. So your formula is hours worked multiplied by hourly pay, exactly like we did for the time pay. So it's going to be 39 hours, which is this figure here, multiplied by 18 hours, which is this figure here. So our standard working week is going to be 702. And then we have to add on the overtime. So the overtime is just the extra hours multiplied by the overtime rate. Okay, so how do we find out what the overtime rate is? So the overtime rate is going to be your rate per hour and whatever your overtime is. So your overtime here is double time. So you're going to multiply 18 by 2 and you're going to get 36. So for every hour she works overtime, she's going to get 36 euros. So she's worked 4 hours, multiply by 36 and you get 144. So to find how much her total pay is, you're going to add 702 and you're going to add it to 144 and you're going to get 846. And that's how you calculate overtime. Other types of overtime you could have is time and a half. So time and a half is where you take 18 and you could multiply by 1.5. So in your calculator you put 18 multiply by 1.5 and you get 27. That's if their overtime is time and a half. But in this question we're asked for double time, so you multiply by the hourly rate, which is 18, by 2. So make sure you add these two together, how much she earns in her standard week plus any overtime to get the total pay.